was a little girl.
Welcome back to this new open course. So I'm here as now your code instructor, and I'm gonna go through this course, guiding you guys how can you just create a login using JavaScript. So login and logout using only JavaScript. So we do have two pages right here. The first page is the login page, and the second page is your dashboard page, just simple dashboard page. If you've been before course, you know how we made this pop-ups works, and also make this right. Okay, I'll be showing you the goal of today is getting the login and also log out work using only JavaScript. So let's do this in a simple step.
So with that being said, let's head to the airport.
The first thing, of course, we need to restrict this page from being seen before the user logs in. This means that whenever the user visits this page before he or she logs in, it should be redirected to the login page. So we will simply this one. But guys, we also have another option to use. So we have different options to use in order to store data globally, as you know, guys. So to just make this work, we need a way to just store data so that it can be accessed with different pages inside our website. So the best option that I've chose to use is using the local storage. If you're new in local storage usage, so I'm going to explain you everything. Just take local storage as cookies or sessions. Okay, so the first thing we need right here, we have a JavaScript. So, but for this case, that's not really what we need right now. So the first thing we need is to restrict the access to this dashboard before the user logs in. So here we go. The first thing we need to do, for example, create a new const, and then we call it login session, and then we make it equal to local storage get login session. That's right. And then we just check if you see that this AI is actually helping me a lot. So we say if not login session, we go back to login. So the codes I got from this AI, so I just want to see if they actually work. So I save, and now we're gonna reload this page. So you can see that this have been done automatically. So if I just visit my main page, you see that I'm just directed to the login page automatically. The next thing we need, guys, is to make this login work. So we need a user to add an email and password, and once all that is ready, and then we need to make a sign in right here. Click on sign in, and then we go to the dashboard. So just also pretty simple. So of course we need to copy this loop that we just made here, and this loop should be checking if okay, this loop should be checking if the login session exists, and then we go to the index right here. So if exists, we go to the just only slash is enough, right? And then right here, so I need to remove this, and guys, we're just gonna copy this, just cut it away, and then we just go to our login page. The login page needs this lul right here, so I can just also put it in the top because it gonna wait for nothing. So it's just ready here. You see that our login page now is safe, but in case we log in, this login page won't be seen again as till we do log out. Okay, so next, guys, so the next thing we need is to make this work. Okay, so first thing, I need to make this required if not. So it's just not required, so I need to make it required. And next right here, so it's not an email, it's a password. So we say pass, just simple this pass word. This is to indicate that the password should be strong, so that's why I'm just adding this characters like this one using 5 and zeros, and it actually looks beautiful. First thing, guys, so as you can see, I don't need this login page to be this form to be I don't need this login page to be loading the whole screen, as we just want to log in. So for example, if I use the action with nothing, so and the password, so we click here, and I think this is gonna be eroding a little bit. So you see, yeah, it erodes a little bit, but we don't need to erode. So to fix this, we need to add a hash, or just use JavaScript to just prevent the default. But using hash will fix everything. So next, guys, what we need next is to just make this login work and also save the session. Remember the session name? The session name is called the login session. And next, I need to go here below the JavaScript. So this I need to give this an ID. So ID, and then we say hi. Maybe we just call it submit or login. So just call it login. And down here, so I need to add a script. So our script tag. But of course, the ID should not go here. I'm very sorry for this. So the ID should go on the form. So we'll be checking if the form is on submit. So I just want to give you the ID. So give it an ID, and then the ID should be the login form as suggested. They think nothing messed up. And right here, so we don't need this source. We're gonna just do this script inside here. You see that this is actually giving us the whole codes, but something. Okay, all right. So this codes are very beautiful, working well collection. So okay. So if you're just wondering which AI I'm just using right here, so this AI is called. This is Copilot AI, which is just giving me all the suggestion, and the best thing is that it actually goes through all the pages and see which codes I have been using, and then it can just make them work as well. Okay, let's explore this code and explain line by line. The first thing we did, we just get the element by ID, which is the login form, and once done, we say login form.add event listener. Then we do the event listener should be submit. We need to just get an event when the user submits this form, and once submitted, we need to just prevent the default. But guys, for this prevention of the default, we've used this hash, but no worries, this is the best practice to use, right? Next, we need to get the email. So we're gonna do simple, just getting the email. We're gonna do the login form dot query selector. This means that we are just selecting an element from our login page, from our login form, right? So we just say login form dot query selector. This means that we are just inside right here in our login form. Then we do query select inside. We just select an input with a type text, and of course, let's check if here the type is text, right? So the type is text exactly, but this type should be password. Okay. So now we select the type text and the type password. Then now we get the values of the email and the password, and then we say if email and password are variable, all we'll be doing will be storing the local storage, the local session, and then we're gonna JSON stringify this email and password, and then we do but then we just go to this page. But for this case, we don't even need this one, because on our page, as you have seen, we don't have some way to display this email or any info about the user. So that's why we need to just delete this and simply set it to true. In case it's true, we just know that our login session is ready. And now we just go here, right here, you just do the windows.location.href to the slash. Here we're just redirecting to the home page. So let's test this and see if it works. Okay, first I roll the page, and I start by adding my email. So rfreegames. Now guys, boom, now we're done. We're gonna do save the password. And the last thing, guys, is doing the logout. To make this logout button work, it's just pretty simple. I just know that, guys, you all have in mind exactly what we're gonna do. So let's do this as an exercise. Just pause the video and do this as an exercise, and then see my result. Okay guys, so let's consider you've done your exercise well, and then right here how we'll be doing, so we're going to right here, so we're going to create our logout. So we go inside the index and we just want to create the logout. So here we have our logout button, so let's make a reader search. Okay, so command F. Okay, we're gonna do this for ourselves. It's just pretty simple. We're gonna create a new function which is called logout. We say function, then log out. You see that we get our suggestions. So I really love how this works actually. So it gives me suggestions. So all we'll be doing right here, we're gonna be removing the item from the local storage. This item login session will be removed, and we're gonna redirect the user on the login page. So now let's test our code, right? Okay. Without any further ado, guys, so let's click on this logout button. Okay, the logout button is not working, but the problem is just some mistake that I made. So of course I need to just copy this function, and I should go on the logout button. So where I just put the logout button, so I'm not really sure. So let's continue up here. So it's right here, and this button should have an on click, and on click it should be using this function logout. Now guys, let's click on logout and see if it works. See that? When click on logout, we can just log out, and we can also log in again. Guys, this is the end of our video, so teaching you how to create login and logout. So this approach, actually I taught you this in using JavaScript, but you can just implement it in your real application. For example, if right here, if I'm just using Google credentials, if I'm just using login with Google, so I can just simply just store the data that I just got from Google in our local storage, and use the same approach that I show you right here, the same method. And guys, your exercise is to create a register, and after creating register, you should also validate the password if the passwords are really correct. So for this case, we're just inserting any random password, so any random email, just random@gmail.com, and then we just add any random password. But your task is to just create the like a storage, like a simple database that will be storing this in local storage where the user can register and then log in with the credentials that they use to register. Guys, thanks for watching, and make sure you subscribe if you're new here, and also I'd like this video.